Good morning, welcome back to the channel. So it's Saturday morning, a bit of normality is coming back. It's Parkrun sandwich day for a long run. I did have high hopes of going to Henlow Bridge East Parkrun. Should have been a nice 13-mile round trip, but started off slightly late this morning, so now it's a 4-mile run to Letchworth Parkrun, get round Parkrun, and then I'm meant to do 16 miles today, but it feels like too big a jump, so I'm going to probably call it quits at half marathon, maybe 14. So it sounds like another 6 or 7 miles after Letchworth Parkrun. But anyway, let's recap the week that's been. So on Tuesday, if I can remember correctly, I went to the local running club and we did 6 times 1k loops. I was in Norton Common, which features quite heavily in this channel, and it basically took in the hill that's in Norton Common, and it's not too bad a hill. Other parts of the country would be far worse, but it is a hill. It takes a bit of an effort to get up. So I did the first 2 quite enthusiastically, really took on that hill, and then I could feel cramp in my calf after about the 3rd one. So at that point, what I decided to do was still run the hill pretty hard, maybe not as enthusiastically as the first 2, but the remainder of the 1k route I took a bit more conservatively. Still a little bit of an effort, it wasn't Zone 2 running, but likewise it wasn't an all-out effort. So a really good session, and then just for giggles joined someone on a cool down loop and we took in the hill for the 7th time, so that was good. Wednesday lunchtime, it's time to get out for a fairly bog standard 5-mile lunchtime run. Took in the Greenway, pretty much the route I'm taking today to Letchworth Parkrun. Took on Letchworth Parkrun hill, still trying to love those hills. So again, another good run. Heart rate was nice and low, pace was in the sort of high 10s for minute miling, so really happy with that. So we'll come back and update on Thursday later, because I've just realised I've got about 6 minutes to get to Parkrun, and I reckon I'm a little bit far away. I don't know if others notice this on Parkrun. There's always a random runner running in the opposite direction, just out for their Saturday plod. That might be me. So we've done all right. I'm bang on 9 o'clock. I can just see the people making their way from the briefing area to the start line. So happy days. Bit of an effort there. Bit out of breath. But I guess it was a kilometre effort. We'll soon get the heart rate down and get back into that nice gentle Zone 1, Zone 2 running. Alright, so that was Letchworth Parkrun done. I actually put in a bit of an effort around there. I took it easy for a bit and then the hill came, and with the current sort of mental attitude towards hill, I went up the hill quite fast, quite hard, put an effort in, and then recognised 2 girls from the running club who were out for a social run. They're very strong runners, but I sort of drifted in just behind them, so they were still pulling a fair pace. They were chatting away, but I dropped in behind them and enjoyed that run for quite a while, and then tried to slow things down, but that probably didn't really work. And then the hill came and I put in a real big effort for halfway up the hill and then just trotted it out for the rest. So quite happy with that. I reckon, I don't know, it'd be around 30 minutes I've no idea if I'm perfectly honest. But yeah, 30 minutes for Letchworth Parkrun. Just having a gel. These aren't my favourite, but I got given them for free, so I'm going to try and get them out of the cupboard. Yep, that gel was disgusting. Worse than I remember it being a number of years ago. I don't think I'm even going to try and use the rest of them up. I might go and see if I can donate them to a good home at the running club. Right, on we go. We're on 6.85 miles. See if we can get another 10k in, and that'll take us up to the 13. Alright, better get going before the legs refuse to work. Okay, that's us clocked over just over 10 miles. So I reckon 3 miles to go, 5k. Sounds easy, but I'm struggling a little. Admittedly, that last mile was pretty much all uphill, so I'd expect my legs to feel a bit tired. But felt really good. The first mile after Parkrun, it flew by. And then second mile, pretty much the same. That last mile was being a bit of a slog. So just taking a moment, take on some fluids, and then also need to reset. I'm not sticking to zone 1, zone 2 heart rate. It's crept up a little, probably because of the heat, because of the distance. But I need to be a bit more conscious about what I'm doing and be a bit more disciplined, sticking to that heart rate rather than pushing it and running in the grey zone. So here we go, some more hills to take in. Still running around the beautiful Greenway. Lovely morning for it. It's just starting to heat up a little though, so. So long-time viewers will know that the signs went missing over Christmas period when I was training for London Marathon. Pleased to say they're back. So first UK roundabout in Letchworth. Okay, so that was Letchworth Parkrun done. I forgot to say, hopefully it comes through on the video, but you see a guy in front of me in a 100 black Parkrun t-shirt. That's Phil from the running club. See him most weeks at Letchworth Parkrun. Does tend to be a Letchworth Parkrun regular. He's from the running club. Anyway, he caught me at the end and he said, well, he beat me today. And then we were chatting at the end and he said, my daughter came 2 places in front of you at Didcot Parkrun 3 weeks ago when I was over at Truckfest. So second time in about 3 or 4 weeks I've been beaten by Team Flack. But good to catch up with you, Phil. Good running. Long run done. Oh, it's super dark in here. So long run done. 13.1 miles in the end. Bit of a strange morning really. First 4 miles, apart from sort of getting warmed up and getting going and just being early morning, they were okay. Bit of a sprint to Parkrun when I realised I was running late. Parkrun, nice sort of controlled effort I'd say. Going round, didn't really stick to zone 1, zone 2 heart rates. Put efforts in on the hills. Quite enjoyable. Be interested to see what the time is. It has come through on my watch, but I haven't looked it up yet. I will put it up. And then the first couple of miles after Parkrun, they felt okay. They were quite nice. They sort of flew by. Again, I don't think I was in zone 2 sort of heart rate. I think I was just above it. But then from about mile 9.5, it turned into a bit of a slog. I did really try and focus on bringing that heart rate down, but just seemed to be getting slower and slower, and I couldn't get my heart rate down. So I think it's probably the heat. I think the heat's starting to affect me more than it used to when I was maybe a bit younger. But still, it's done. It was a bit of a slog, but it wasn't impossible. It wasn't the hardest run I've ever done. But it would have been nicer for it to be a bit easier. But 13.1 miles instead of the prescribed 16. I was aiming for 14. So I'll take that as a win today. Tomorrow, we'll see if we do any recording, but it should be a 5 mile, easy 5 mile recovery run. And that would round out week 2. Right, if you want to join me on this journey to Country to Capital Ultra in January 26, feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.